Good morning to 100% here. I am going to deliver a topic on environmental engineering. So every citizen and every engineer has to focus on the basis of environmental. So I am going to deliver some of the few tips how to make the water as quality win. That the topic is water desalination, obtaining reliable freshwater supplies from challenging water resources. So why I specifically chosen this topic of water desalination is in our world is completely, that is entirely surrounded by water, that is 3 part of the land is completely filled with water, and additionally this water is fully salt water. So we have to treat this salt water by using this techniques, that is desalination. So next we'll move on to freshwater needs, economic expansion, agriculture and food, public health, quality of life. So for these 4 conditions and 4 strategies we need our fresh water. So we can go by desalination process. For especially agriculture and food, we need good quality of water. For our person, that is public, we need improvement in health, we need quality of water is good. So we can go by water desalination. Why desalination is needed? Because already we have discussed 75% of Earth's surface is covered by water, 97.5% of the water is oceans, only 1% of the total part is available for drinking. 80 countries suffered from water scarcity by the mid of 1990s. 1.5 billion people lack ready access to drinking water. So can we drink salt water? Because it's not good for our health. Why? Small quantities are not harmful, but it is counterproductive. It just makes more thirsty. Eventually, it can be dangerous, ultimately producing fatal diseases, heart arrhythmias and kidney failure if you are frequently using the salt water in our health. So we can affect this kind of symptoms. So natural desalinations, water cycle. The major stages, first one is evaporation, the second one is condensation, the third one is precipitation, and fourth one is collection. So this is the water cycle that we have studied earlier. So first we have go by evaporations, because based on the climatic regions, the salt water has been evaporated from the oceans or seas and will move on to condensation process. It will be stored on the cloudy region, and again it will be formed in the precipitation. The water stored in the atmosphere and it will be formed in the precipitation, and within it will be snow melt, and then after again it will be streams. This collected water has been stored into infiltration. It will be collected the underground by using of infiltration process, spring, and will move on to the freshwater storage. What is desalination? The process of removing salt and other minerals from water. The water is desalinated in order to convert salt water to fresh water so that it is suitable for human consumption. This process is very costly and it has required large amount of energy and specialized infrastructure. Many regions in the world do not have easy access to get fresh drinking water. Desalination process helps to remove majority of salts from seawater and make it drinkable. So the process brings drink water to main dry regions. It cost is so expensive. In some of the Middle East country, a liter of water is more than expensive than a liter of gasoline. So what is the main procedures to be adopted to get pure drinking water? The first one is reverse osmosis process. The second one is distillation process. In distillations we have 3 different types. One is multi-stage flash process, multi-effect distillation, vapor compression. The third one is electrodialysis. This is the main method we adopted in India to get the pure drinkable water. The last one is vacuum freezing. This vacuum freezing, it will be used in foreign countries because this cost is so expensive. So this is a thermal desalination process. It is a normal boiling water process because we are heating the seawater. It will be evaporated. The vapor it's go into the condensation tube and it gets cooled the water has been compared into the fresh water, because by using this technique, it is a normal adaptable technique. We are using this part, the salt particle has been sedimented into the tube, only the remaining part, that is fresh water, has been entered into the freshwater collecting tank. And this is the picture, it will shows multi-stage flash distillation. So this is the brine heater. This brine heater is used to heat the hot water at the 60 to 70 degrees Celsius, and this is the part you are used to cool the water. This part is, from these techniques we can get the cooled water, that is probably drinking water. It is very easy. And this is multi-stage distillation flask, heat and recovery section. This three parts is heat and recovery stage. The first part, vapor is introduced into the second part, after collecting the vapor is into third. So we are feeding the seawater from here. This is enter into this zigzag pipes. It will produce the fresh water here. This is the discharge brine, is whatever the salt part is retained here or sedimented here, it can be removed from the discharge brine. This is condensate to return to boiler. This high temperature and high pressure stage, and this stage is called as low temperature and low pressure stage. And reverse osmosis process is suitably preferred in India. Water pressure is increased, pumped through permeable membrane. Salt separated from water due to membrane. Most desalination plants utilize this technology. This is a reverse osmosis process. It is a semi-permeable membrane made up of calcium carbonate and sugar. The fresh water, that is, we are giving salt water for one side. This salt water is entered into the semi-permeable membrane. This membrane is capable to treat the salt water into a fresh water. This is electrodialysis by using of anode and cathode process. This is another method, and this is desalination technology. Similar to Earth natural water cycle, water is heated, evaporated, collected. It is normal, it is for boiled water process. Desalination technique, membrane desalination. Salt water is forced through membrane sheets at high pressure. This membrane is capable to absorb the salt content from the salt water. The membrane designs to catch salt ions. It produces keel water and brine. This is a schematic diagram for this desalination techniques. Thank you.